my name's Grandad.
Are you alright with that, Sha? Yeah.
The saloon lighting is fed obviously from the back of the boat, like all our separate circuits for the lighting, and this is a live feed that comes from the fuse board and at the rear of the boat, comes along in the trunking in this cable tray, comes along here, and then up there, and it goes across here, along here, down this conduit, and into this is where our light switch for the saloon will be. And we're having two-way switching in the saloon, so you just saw colour coded, so I know that that one there is the live feed from the board. So all we've got now is, because it's two-way switching, we've got L1, L2 and a common, which goes back up the same bit of conduit, follows the path all the way up here to here, and as you can see we've got three cables there, which is the three cables I've just showed you, L1, L2 and common, and they come out of here and they'll run all the way down the saloon, down here, down here, down here, to the very end of the saloon, which is here. And then those three, the switch from that switch will come this way, and they go down into this conduit here, and this is the other switch. So we've got two switches basically, one at that end of the saloon and one at this end of the saloon, and those three we just spoke about, they're corresponding wires are those. So you wire L1 from that switch to this switch, L2 to L2, common to common, and that's all you do with that. Then out of one of the feet, L1, or is it common? I can't remember now. It's L1, 2 or 3, I can't remember. It's L2, I think. You come out of that, and then it comes up here, and then it comes, let me show you, one of these, yeah, it comes along there, and then it goes to feed the first lighting, LED light in the saloon, and so that goes down this conduit, and that's labelled there. So this one here is the switch live, or the feed to the lights from this switch there, which is that one there. So that when you turn this light on, that switch on, this switch, it basically switches the lights on and off from either switch. So then you just come out of this one and the wide in parallel, so those two lives there will go together and feed into my LED light, and that's the first neutral off that, or the last neutral. So that will come out of there, and then they come across here, which is these two there, ones without any sleeves on or any colour coding. That comes out of there, and that goes to my second LED light, which is over here, and each light has got an in and an out on the positive and the negative. So it comes into the light, comes out of the light, and the negative is the same. So I'm going to put crimp connectors onto those, and they will plug into an LED light that's on here. So it goes into the light from the first light, into the second light, comes out of the second light, and then back down the trunking again, through here, and then down, deeper and down, and it disappears into this bit of trunking, and then it goes to the third light and does the same as the last ones, into the light, back out of the light, back down the trunking, conduit, through this one, into the fourth light, and so on and so forth. Basically that's all you do down the boat. So you go in from the third light into the fourth light, from the fourth light down to the fifth light. So it'll come back out of this one, and it'll come down the cable tray and then into this light here. So that's the fourth light. Oh, is that the fourth light? 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. This is the fourth light feed.
Sorry, I've just got to adjust the camera a minute.
Okay. So that's coming from the fourth light, and that fourth light will go from the fourth light down here to our fifth light, and then out of the fifth light again across through to this one and across to our sixth light, into the sixth light, out of the sixth light, across here, and then it goes down to the next light, down to this conduit here, and then that one will shoot that way. So that goes over this way, into the light, out of the light, back up the conduit, through to this conduit, and it comes into the light, out of the light, across from the out goes to the next light. So we come out of there to here, travel down the boat, and these are the final 2 LEDs in the saloon, which originally we were going to have 8 LEDs, but the spacing of them and everything, we decided we we're going to have 10. So that's the reason that this conduit here has been altered and pushed over to there. So we're going to come out of this one, go over here and into this 9th light, if you like, and then we're going to come out of this light and go over to our final light, which is there. So you'll have 1 red cable there, because that's like the last light on that circuit, if you like. And then the negative cables, which has come from all the other lights in and out, the same as the positive cables, that's the last one of those LEDs on the circuit, but it's got to go back to the rear of the boat, so you've got a continuous circuit. So this negative here is going to be a feed that goes back to our circuit, to the circuit switchboard. So that'll come off the final light, back up the conduit to here, and you see when we started off we had a positive with this number colour coding on. Well, that's the positive feed going to the lights, and this is the negative, which is returning back to our switchboard, because all our lighting circuits are all on individual circuits. We haven't got any sort of branching off, so we've got one feed out, one feed back, if you like, and all the lights are connected in parallel, and that's all there is to it. It's pretty straightforward once you've done about 4 million. But yeah, but I hope that sort of explains it to anybody, because I'm not an expert, as you know, but this is just what I've sort of picked up and done, and we are testing these as we're going along. So every time we've put a circuit in, we put the battery on the back and we connect it up, and we make sure that we've connected it up right the way around, really.
But we'll show that.
We show that anyway.
We'll show that in the video.
We'll show that in the video anyway, but yeah.
So now where do they go? So they carry on down here?
They go down the boat here, right to the rear of the boat, really. They'll work its way all the way down this cable tray, all the way down there, these 2 there, all the way down there, and then they will go across there, and that's going into our cupboard, switch cupboard at the back of the boat. That's all the electrics are going to be there.
We got lots in. Betty's not coming. It is. Hello. I can't hear it through there. Hello. 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 I could hear you. It's coming. Pop out. It's gonna pop out.
Is it?
Is it coming, Millie? Not yet. Is it? Not yet. See ya.
Well done, take that too. That's it.
Do you need to pull it out?
No, it needs to stay like that now.
Okay. Go that way, Millie. I know. Oh, can't get through. Just really push it in. Can you see like this? Yeah, do that. I can even see him. I can just hang on to this. I can feel it.
Oh.
Can I get off now? Where's my coffee?
We'll put some sealant all around the gap. Yeah, so hopefully that's quite secure. And we're gonna put some tape, I think, around these.
Anybody want to see my electric wire? My one is done. Actually, this looks like so.
No, black.
Nanny, look up Daddy. So the red ones are stuck together.
Oh
So
yeah.
we need
Right.
to do these ones together. I got really good electric shocks. Even you, Millie. No. I was
So that-
doing it for ages. I
No,
want
that
to do
one.
something else.
Well, I'm just going to trim off a bit of this excess cable on the wire on here. So this is basically where our spotlight is going to be. Do one together.
So that's the two reds being joined together.
Yeah, these are like 6mm ones, so these are 2.5mm cables. So that'll accept it into that, into there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I'm just going to crimp that onto there now. That's solid onto that now. And the same with the negative black. And then all I'm going to do with these is I'm going to slide a bit of heat shrink over that, just for now onto there, and do it on both of these. But once I've plugged the LED lights into here, there'll be another piece of heat shrink that will be put over first like that, and I'll plug the lights in, and then I'll drag another piece over, and then it'll be heat shrinked over the whole connection then, so there's no sort of exposed sort of connection there. So that's going to go on there just to thicken it up a bit. That's the black one. And the same on the positive. So then we've got two connections there where they just plug the LED spotlights into now. This is the last spotlight in the galley kitchen. So we've got a neutral from the second to last light, and a live from the second to last light go into the last light, and then there's a black, a neutral negative, which is going to go from this last light and then back to the buzz bar for the negative wires in the electric cupboard. Yep, there you go. And this one is going to go all the way back. Measure this off. This is going to go all the way back to the electric cupboard, wherever the buzz bar or whatever the neutrals are going to go. It'll all be in there, so I'm just going to give it plenty in case, because we're not sure at the moment where it's going to be. So we're just going to make sure we've got plenty at the end, so it might be a bit wasteful, but. And then that's going in. And this will be labelled up the same as the positive feed for the galley lights. So there'll be a positive feed from the galley lights going all the way to feed all the switches and lights and everything, and then the negative is this one that comes back. So in the electrics cupboard, there's going to be, obviously there'll be a positive and a negative galley light circuit, if you like. And this will be the start of it all. So this is just going to fish around here. Down there. And that's all that's left to do now. Is we're going to have the cupboard for the electrics is going to be here, so roughly about this sort of area will be a light switch to feed the galley as we come in the rear, the stern of the boat, so we can switch it on from there. So all that's left to do then is take the live from the switch panel, fuse board, whatever you want to call it, that's going to be here for the galley lights. that'll come from the fuse and straight into the switch. So I just need a positive from there to the switch now, from the switch to the board.
Okay.
And then I can just get the neutral that we've just put in together there. That'll be tagged up the same.
Yeah.
And then we've got 3 other cables here which you spoke about earlier, and they are the L1, L2 and common between the 2 kitchen galley switches, if you like. So they will go into the back of the switch that's there, and they say there'll be a live feed to the switch from the board. So we'll have a negative black and a red for the feed for the circuit, and those are the switching for the switching.
Well done. Is that all the first fix electrics done now? Well, the first
Lights.
no, above the gunnels,
Yeah.
the lights, yeah. And what cable is that?
Sorry, yeah, I was going to tell you, I forgot. This is 2.5 mil, and it's Ocean Flex, like tinned copper. Again, it's the same with us. We go over the top a little bit with it, but for the difference in cost, it work. You know, it's not a big difference. So it's for marine use, and it's for salty water, which we're not going to really come in contact with, but it's just providing that little bit extra protection, that's all. I think it gives a better connection as well, but maybe somebody will be able to tell me that. But that's what we're using anyway, and it's over the top for the lighting circuit that we need. We could have got away with probably 1.5 or 2 mil, but again, it's just so that we know that there's no stress on that cable. There's enough meat in that cable to feed the lights.
Excellent. Cup of tea?
Yeah.
The kitchen.
And then that switch should talk to that switch there, so that you can come in, switch the lights on, and then come down the boat and then switch them off from here, and then switch them back on again from here, and then switch them off from over there.
That's great.
So if I go over there and switch it off from here.
Great.
That's galley kitchen lights, 2-way switching.
Right, so then the dinette,
Yeah.
we just got one switch on there. We thought it'd be lazy that we can't even walk 6 foot. Turn it off again.
Well, these are-
Yeah, so it's these 4 that should be. They're all facing the other way. I should turn around this way actually.
Right, they're plugged in now at the battery, so we should have power to this switch now, so that when I turn them on.
Oh, it's these ones. I'm
Yeah.
filming the wrong ones.
Dinette is 4. 1,
Great.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, and they're just 1-way switching so that it's just on and off from here.
Great. And the saloon is two-way.
Yeah. So as we work our way down the boat, we can go to the saloon. Yeah, saloon and living room, isn't it?
Mm.
And then switch the lights on there. It's all
Yeah.
10 of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then
We've gone up from the paperwork.
Yeah.
Originally we were going to have 8, but we've went for 10.
and then so the thinking behind it is so you can switch the saloon lights on at night, and then when you're ready to go to bed, you can just make your way down towards the bathroom instead of having to go and switch the lights off there and walk to a dark spot. You obviously come down here and switch the lights off there,
Great.
and then when she needs to make me a cup of tea in the middle of the night, she can come back and switch that on and
Yeah,
off.
right. You wish.
Yeah, does work anyway.
Good. That's all the lighting done then.
Yeah.
We are eventually going to have
Oh yeah. LED strip light.
yeah, the LED strip light. The one's on a tape going all the way down either side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't done that yet, obviously.
No.
Quite a nice light on this.
Yeah, it's not white, too white, is it? It's like yellow.
Switch it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a yellow light when you look that way, but when you
Yeah, it's quite white.